Hello everyone! We all know that sports competitions always give us new emotions and sensations. So today, we've made for you a selection of the most incredible, amazing, and sometimes just funny moments from the world of sports. Crazy racers, brilliant hockey wagers, and hot sportswomen. All this is waiting for you in the next few minutes. Let's go! Most likely, this match was over for today. It seems that the football player Christian McCaffrey is not affected by gravity at all. Have you ever seen anyone who keeps up his balance better? It's immediately obvious that this guy has never missed a stretching session. What happens if you add a little acrobatics to baseball? We are just wildly outraged that this is not yet an Olympic sport. When you're not a good player, it's better to work as an assistant commentator. Probably these guys forgot their rackets, so the tennis table found a new use. And this is a rather unusual sport from Japan. Its goal is that the team should knock down the pole of the opponent. We often find ourselves at the wrong time and in the wrong place, but thanks to a lucky chance, we are able to get off with a whole skin. Only the most desperate fans of extreme sports can do such a 720-degree flip. This biker demonstrates an equally extreme jump. How brave these guys are! In gymnast competitions, the presence of a coach nearby is not only moral support, but also the best protection from injuries. Even in the most intense match, you can easily diffuse the atmosphere. The parquet is dry, and everybody has a charge of positive emotions. A real strategist always chooses unique solutions. What a true Grandmaster move! This sport is called Sepak Takraw, and it looks incredibly impressive. For Steph Curry from the Golden State, scoring the ball from the most difficult position is not difficult. Often a throw for luck reaches its goal. Without expecting it, Stephen Maguire became the author of one of the most unusual strokes in the history of snooker. After such a magnificent goal, why not perform your signature dance in front of the fans? As practice shows, a good goalkeeper is half of the team's success. However, there are many cases when the goalkeeper is not needed at all. But the current world record holder Armand Duplantis from Sweden never misses opportunities. I wonder who said that women are weak and fragile creatures. Each goalkeeper expresses his emotions differently after a rejected shot. Why would one avoid some gymnastics at the same time? Swedish racer Kevin Eriksson is not just a talented athlete, but also a real strategist. As you can see, even non-standard solutions can sometimes lead to adverse consequences. How to congratulate your coach on the victory? There's nothing better than your signature throw. Yes, perhaps every athlete has their own unique tricks in their arsenal. And some of them are simply amazing. Probably you also see such a trick for the first time. Which is worse, to miss the ball or to be in the opponent's goal yourself? I would like to ask the coach, is it worth keeping a player on the court who scores balls into his own basket? Such throws from above remain in the memory of fans and athletes for a long time. Guo Jincheng from China is an incredible example of fortitude. Guo is missing both hands. Despite this, he won a gold medal at the Paralympic Swimming World Championships. These guys know exactly how to high-five as cool as possible. I think this goalkeeper deserved a raise. And this is Portuguese athlete Patricia Mamona and her jump. It is an incredible long jump. You can't lose concentration in sports. This goalkeeper was looking at the fallen guy and completely forgot that the game was going on. Now meet Felipe Candelero. He's a multiple French figure skating champion, and this is very noticeable in his skills. Those who have connected their lives with sports have to rejoice not only in their victories, but also in experiencing bitter defeats. But when victory is already near, real fighters never miss it. Belgian Luca Bressel is one of them. Yes, perhaps the opponent will remember his annoying mistake for a long time. Do you also think that this throw deserves the title of 1 in a million? Well, such a blow will certainly enter the top 100 goals of the century. Never forget that discipline in everything, both in life and in sports. In this video, everything is impressive. The athlete, the incredible view of the city, and the jump itself. This guy is ready to play tennis not only with a racket, but also with his head. Sometimes failures in sports can occur at the most crucial moment. For example, the beginning of this girl's performance was incredible, however, one small mistake ruined the whole performance. And this Japanese athlete's name is Koki Niwa. He is a silver and bronze medalist of the Olympic Games, and his unique feature is that he plays tennis with his left hand. This guy clearly overestimated his capabilities and started celebrating the victory too early. The road to a dream is rarely easy. This is told to us by the story of Oscar Figueroa, a weightlifter from Colombia who failed in 2008. However, he did not give up, and 8 years later, he took gold at the Olympic Games in Rio. During the triathlon competition, this guy accidentally lost his way, but his opponent stopped and let him pick up his bronze medal. It is unlikely that this fountain was sanctioned, but it was remembered by the audience for a long time. Judoka not only have great physical strength, but also perfectly know how to control their body. Often completely unexpected obstacles wait for racing drivers on the track. It's good when it doesn't lead to consequences. Being smart in a difficult situation is always great. By the way, the rules are not violated in this case. Perhaps every man wants to propose to his chosen one in the most unexpected way, and of course, she answered yes. It is hardly possible to meet more sincere and vivid emotions than those experienced by children when meeting their idols. Snooker player Mark King had a difficult task. He had to touch at least one of the red balls from a difficult position. Instead, he received 5 penalty points for touching blue. And here's a great example for you how to keep in good shape on maternity leave. Her Majesty's sporting luck is always unpredictable. In the blink of an eye, you can turn from a loser into a winner. And how do you like such a blow? This is definitely something out of this world. Would you be able to swim like that without spilling a drop? Only a few people can combine the elements of breakdancing with ball juggling. Sometimes, in order to win, you have to resort to unique methods. Boy, I don't think they liked your joke. The decisive blow in the game of Robert Milkins did not go according to plan, but brought him victory. How unpredictable is table tennis after all? When victory is already in your pocket, sports luck makes its own adjustments. Badminton competitions are no less bright and intense. Many games can be delayed and reach an incredible climax. Do we need to say anything about volleyball battles? Here you can see a lot of incredible saves. The rules of baseball are incomprehensible to many, but for those who come to the stadium, such moments bring vivid emotions. Perhaps such curiosities in tennis are one in a million. An annoying fall at the start is not a reason to despair. This is the case when there are 2 more players on the opposing team. Instant karma works flawlessly in sports. Even professionals make mistakes. We hope that the second attempt will be successful. Rafael Nadal is not just a great athlete, but also a man with a great sense of humor. Even movie superheroes could envy this guy's reactions. The victory of your favorite team is perhaps the most pleasant and long-awaited moment in the life of any fan. Teamwork, the will to win, and playing to the limit always bring results. Such cases in baseball do not happen so often, but they always cause a storm of delight among the audience. Who knows, maybe a teammate had a birthday yesterday, or did they celebrate someone's bachelorette party together? At first glance, it may seem like he has superpowers, but they can only be achieved by discipline and hard work. If the organizers did not put a springboard, these guys are able to make it themselves. This is probably the coolest feint from American football that we have ever seen. This is Naseem Hamed, and he loves to provoke opponents into mistakes with his dancing in a duel. The match in Monte Carlo in 2017 ended sadly for Novak Djokovic. During it, he twisted his leg and had to leave the tennis court. This is Jessie Carey. She devoted her whole life to sports, and in this video, she finally won an Olympic gold medal. If you look closely, you can see that he scored a goal with his teeth. Considering how accurately she kicked the ball, she should try her hand at football. Maybe she didn't make the jump, but the attempt itself looks spectacular. Diving into the water in this way is usually very painful. Apparently, even after winning the race, this guy will not get a triumphant bottle of champagne. It's really an incredibly beautiful goal. The issue is that the gate is not the right one. The hockey player performed such a clever feint that we could only ever see the puck for the third time. That's what it means to save your team at the very last moment. And this guy was just a millisecond late for his triumphs. Sometimes you can hide your mistake under an impressive trick. Only a real pro could win such a victory in fencing. Even if your opponent is injured during a tense game, a good athlete will still come to his aid. It looks like this is the worst goalkeeper in history. This guy is ready to bring victory to his team at any cost. Unfortunately, sometimes participants of the same team can crash in racing. Going one-on-one with a goalkeeper in hockey is a great chance to demonstrate your technique. It looks like this goalkeeper has a rabbit's foot hidden somewhere, otherwise it's simply impossible to explain his luck. It's just amazing how the car returned to the wheels after such an incident. Fortunately, the rider was not injured. Apparently, this hockey player can turn off gravity because it's hard to even imagine such a puck-controlling skills. This is what saving your gate looks like at the very last moment. What happens if you combine cycling and a love of football? We are waiting for this sport at the next Olympics. The coolest ping pong feints you've ever seen. Especially fascinating to see them from both athletes. She accidentally helped the opposing team by throwing the ball into her basket. This is probably the most painful way to score a goal, but the joy of the team is priceless. This team needs to work very hard on defense. To be honest, it's even hard to imagine that a person is able to jump to such a length. It would seem that after such an accidental backflip, he should have already fallen, but today, fortune is on the side of this athlete. He was full of determination and motivation. Unfortunately, there was a little lack of technique. This is probably one of the most unexpected combinations in the history of football. It was so hard for him in this boxing match that he decided to use some wrestling techniques. When you meet these girls, you are unlikely to call them the weaker sex. Unplanned situations happen everywhere. For example, in this intense tennis match, the lights were turned off at the most important moment. This guy from China won the 50-meter swim thanks to his technique and the ability to hold his breath for a long time. Unfortunately, not every car can withstand such a steep jump, but the athlete still reached the finish line. He started very confidently, but unfortunately, one motivation for a good jump was not enough. At the end of the game, they managed to score this puck at an incredible angle. It seems that this is the most annoying loss of first place just before the finish. You definitely haven't seen such an intense badminton game yet. The goalkeeper of this team is sure that in any situation it is necessary to fight to the end. Like this video if you're also rooting for this player. Maybe she couldn't lift the weight, but she demonstrated her gymnastics skills. This throw should definitely make him a basketball star. In addition to descending from a steep slope and cool tricks, this skier does not mind testing himself in an ice cave. We didn't expect him to reach the ball in time either, so it is quite possible to understand the defeated opponent. These guys have taken the ping pong game to a whole new level. This element deserves 10 points out of 10. Apparently, there are a couple of good springs hidden in this guy's shoes. And in this game, the Houston Rockets set a real NBA anti-record by missing 27 three-pointers in a row. We have an amazing piece of advice. If Shaquille O'Neal is doing something with your beard, it's better to pretend that you like it. Before the start of the race, the nervous tension is so strong that even if one of the athletes accidentally runs earlier, the rest will rush along with her. Gymnastics has always been a combination of incredible strength and agility. It's amazing, isn't it? Another athlete made a classic mistake. He started rejoicing in victory too early and missed the championship. And here, the goalkeeper accidentally made a mistake by driving the ball into his own goal. Even nature decided to help this girl, and after a successful jump, refreshed her with rain. Unfortunately, the legendary Usain Bolt could not complete his last race because he injured his knee. Just imagine how powerful the kick on the ball must have been if it brought down the net. We're ready to bet that you've never seen a steeper penalty. This girl not only jumps spectacularly, but also smartly celebrates her victory.